Could only allowing cigarettes to be sold in R18 locations like liquor stores stop the rise of violent tobacco-hungry dairy thieves? Frustrated dairy owners say price hikes are making cigarettes more and more enticing for thieves to sell on the black market, and they're sick of being targeted. One dairy owner is considering quitting his business altogether. Aggravated robberies, we showed them at the beginning of the program, some of them really violent. So what is the government going to do about this, and is there anything it can do? Obviously the police need to get involved more, lots of people are saying. But I spoke to Associate Health Minister Nicky Wagner and asked how she thinks the government can stop dairies being robbed for cigarettes.
We're within a rock and a hard place, basically. We know that smoking is the biggest killer of New Zealanders. Do you know that 12 people a day die of smoking-related diseases? That's somewhere between 4,500 and 5,000 a year. We also know that price is the biggest deterrent for smokers, and more importantly, stops people starting to smoke. So we know that price is key. The second thing is that we know that price, and the more expensive the item is, the more attractive it is to thieves. Robberies have always focused on cigarettes, going back forever, often alcohol as well, again, small items that are high-priced, and we get spates of robberies. They seem to come in waves, and I'm the MP for Christchurch Central, so I know that...
Yes, there's been a few down there. Yes, in fact, I was just looking at them. So there have been dairies that have been targeted.
Absolutely, and I've been working with the police on those issues, and basically it boils down to the fact that if you have more expensive products that you're selling, you need greater security. And so the police are working with these small businesses to make sure that their businesses are the hardest target and they're the most secure. And sometimes it's as simple as taking off things from the windows so people can see, and as knowing the neighbours and watching out for suspicious people. And sometimes it's more expensive with CCTV cameras and things like that. I think in the big picture, what we're trying to do is to get people to quit smoking. And as those numbers of people go down, of course, the attractiveness of cigarettes will go down as well. So in the very big picture, if we're looking about smoke-free by 2025, maybe dairies won't carry cigarettes. I do know that some already have decided that it's not worth it.
But in the meantime, there is a sense, and we are talking to dairy owners for whom robbery is now a routine event.
Yes, and I think that the police understand that and are working with it. And you are aware, of course, of the increased police numbers that have been promised by this government, and that the focus on gangs, on robberies, on things that are on the street, and having police to help with that is very strong. I think they're connected, but we certainly need to look at other ways of supporting people to give up smoking as well.
Okay, and look, I totally agree with you, and I'm sure everyone listening agrees with you, but it's a separate conversation, isn't it? In the meantime, how do we protect these dairy owners from...
as I say, I think it's working closely with the police and the neighbourhood, and if they feel too threatened, maybe they don't carry cigarettes.
So are you saying that actually it's time for dairies to consider not selling cigarettes because the risk of having them in the store is too great?
I'm saying that dairies should look at the stock that they carry. They should look at the value of the stock. They should match their security to the value of their stock, and that some dairies have decided they don't want to carry cigarettes.
Who should be selling them?
Well, I don't know. Maybe we should sell them with alcohol, because you know that the security systems on an alcohol convenience store is usually much higher than a dairy. There is a difference between the two. Maybe they should go there.
So R18 premises?
I think so. I mean, that can't be sold to under 18 years anyway.
Yeah, right.
So that's a possibility. But again, you see, the issue here is that quite a few dairy owners make a lot of money out of cigarettes, so they don't want to stop selling them.
Nicky Wagner, Associate Health Minister. So we put all of that to a dairy owner in Auckland who last month was targeted by an organised team of 5 youths at 6 in the morning. Raj Patel from Avondale Food Market says they ran away with around $7,000 worth of loose tobacco. But despite that, would he consider stopping selling cigarettes?
Tell her to go and run the dairy, and then stops selling cigarettes in her own dairy, and then she will know.
Do you reckon that she'd be able to run her own dairy without cigarettes?
She won't. It's easy for her to say because, she's on a higher position,
So you're saying that without cigarettes you would
Yeah,
struggle?
no, nobody will come to my shop unless everybody else has stopped. The whole country stopped selling cigarettes,
How much money do you make off a pack of cigarettes?
We make about 10%, but 10% is a lot of money, because it's the instant money, We buy it today and sell it within 2 days, 3 days gone. It's very quick money, really.
Yeah, quick money. It's the best money that you can make, right?
I mean, they come and buy a packet. Every time they buy a cigarette, they buy a lighter. And we make 150% on a lighter, And they're going to buy a drink, then they're going to buy zigzag paper, they buy a filter. We make 100% on that.
Raj Patel from the Avondale Food Market. The police have just got back to us about the robbery at Raj's store. More than a month on, no arrests have been made. The footage of the robbery was up. It is online. If you recognise any of those people, although they were all fairly well covered, do contact the police.